Good morning. We are headed out. We're kicking off 2025 right today, February 22nd, 2025. It's been since December 1st since I've been on water. I've been just off on the sidelines, prepping the boat, prepping my gear, prepping my brain. This might be the 20th year that I've bass fished in a row. Nonetheless, join me. Here we go. Go. Caleb caught the first fish.
Oh, yeah.
Looks to be a little trout. Could be a salmon. What do you catch that on? On a jerkbait?
Jerkbait.
Yeah.
There you go.
And he caught that fish over here in this little area. Right before that, I looked on the old sonar on the 2D, and I seen a bunch of little arches. They're half the size of the bass that we were seeing on the way down here. So that definitely, there's a giant school there. The bass are probably mixed in there. They should be firing up here in a little bit. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Here we are, kicking off this 2025 season. I got Mr. Lee in the back of the boat. I got Caleb and Nate the Great over there. Caleb has already caught a trout or a possible salmon, as there is a massive school of salmon or trout just beyond them, sitting in about 13 feet of water. We're gonna spend the next few hours here. So sit back, enjoy. Stay tuned. All right, we're gonna kick it off with Keitech 7.8. It's on Owner Flashy Swimmer hook that's modified. It's a 10-aught Owner Flashy Swimmer. It does not have that stupid little bar wire that comes down. I modified that with some split rings and a little piece from an old spinnerbait. And then I got this in electric shad color, which replicates, looks very similar to a bluegill. I'm throwing on a 7'10" rod, heavy action, fast. I got it on 25-pound fluorocarbon. And here we go. 8-inch is pretty much just bite-sized morsel. Usually 6 to 8 inch is perfect size for the average size bass. You would be very surprised on the size of bass that would smoke a 6 to 8 inch swim bait. I've caught little 2-pounders on those 10-inch swim baits. So it's nothing for them to eat 6 to 10 inch bait. The water is a little bit colder than what I would want. I was hoping it would be up and over 40 degrees, but it's hanging around about 39 and a half. which probably won't really have too much fish up shallow necessarily. But nonetheless, you never know. If the bait's up shallow, the bass will be right behind the bait. We did come into contact with a massive school. We're going to kind of venture back out there. We're just checking out up here. Going to let the area calm down, and then we'll get right back to it. Normally I like to throw this electric shad color when there's sun. Makes it look just like a freaking bluegill or a trout. Normally when it's cloudy, overcast, I like that sexy shad color. It pops a little bit better, especially in the water clarity and the, the sunlight penetration. We don't have too much sunlight today because it's overcasted. But I'm not gonna dig one out right yet. I'm just gonna go with what I have tied on for the time being. There's a couple of key stumps on this set of old dock from when they were utilizing the lake for logging. Well, when they logged the lake, used to have train tracks across this lake. There's actually at the end out here, there's a piece of train track that you can physically see. It's better to see it in summertime. Right now, the water's so freaking high, you can't really see a lot of the stuff that I normally look for. I think it's a little chilly of water temp to be throwing a spinnerbait. So that is the reason why I did not start throwing a spinnerbait. I picked up a bigger sized swim bait. I did throw that flat-sided crankbait earlier. I may throw that over here at that school of fish. But stay tuned. See what happens. Sometimes there's a giant that likes to sit on this group of stumps. And sometimes they'll rush out and nab whatever you're offering them. That's one of the best things about the Keitech in cold water is that for some reason you could slow this bait down and that tail just kind of slowly wags. You can speed it up and it won't fold over or roll over. It just speeds up and moves more water. Sometimes that's all it takes. But sometimes in the super cold water, they do not want a wide wag tail. They want a tight wag tail. So normally those finesse spinner or finesse swim baits are going to be your option. A better option when the water is colder, especially on your A rigs and umbrella rigs. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that wind is picked up. Definitely is blowing at least 10 to 15, like I said. Right now, currently, I cut off the Bass Pro Shop XPS Swerve glide bait, and I put on the Berkley 9-inch Nessie to check out the features of this, test it out, see how it works, see how I like it. The thing that drawn to me was the type of a keeper that it has compared to the Magdraft, which has a magnet that really doesn't do a freaking thing. That snaps right in there. First impressions from the first few casts that I have with this is I could probably put it on a downsized version. I don't need it on an 8-foot extra heavy rod with 30-pound fluorocarbon. I could get away with the 710, maybe even a 7'6" heavy action flipping rod. This only weighs 2 ounces, so it's a little bit lighter of a setup, to throw. It's not taxing on the body. First comments is that it's definitely going to be more of a shallow type of a bait. At least I feel like I can utilize it up shallow around cover really good. Looks very similar to anything that swims in this lake and gets chomped on. I think they make these in the 5, 7, and 9 inch. This is the biggest at 2 ounces. So if you don't have a giant swim bait set up to throw this big 9 inch, you can settle for one of the smaller sizes. Check it out. Yeah, here we are. Back at it. I just gotta point this out to you guys. Look out! What do you think my buddy Nate the Great's doing right there? I guess if you're a bass fisherman, if you know, you know. I think he's inspecting his reel or something. He keeps pulling out a bunch of line like, I don't know what kind of fishing he's doing. What's he doing? Comment below. What is he doing? Back at it, we just seen a group of cormorants that are grouped up trying to get away from this eagle that is messing with them, dive bombing them. Probably already took 1 or 2 of them. I did not get to see if any of these birds were diving, but they definitely are fish-eating birds. Those things that supposedly down south can eat up to a 2-pound bass. Nonetheless, wherever they're going is they're never too far from the bait. That's where the bass will be. Alright, here we go. We got at least 10 to 15 mile an hour winds, gust of at least 25 to maybe 30 miles an hour. We had a couple of those already. It's kind of difficult to position the boat in high winds like this, so you gotta pick your poison and see what you can do. I'm just gonna flat out probably settle on the 10-inch mag draft. I may drop down to an 8, but other than that, that's what I'm gonna be throwing. I got it on the 8-foot extra heavy rod, 30-pound fluorocarbon. Here we go. We're about probably about a half hour away from breaking for lunch. We got just a short little area to fish right here, and then we're gonna go and eat lunch and regroup and see what happens for the afternoon. Hopefully the afternoon holds something better. We're gonna go further up on the north end, which is center of your screen. We're gonna go up there and see if we can't catch a fish or 2 or something, some kind of feedback. Water is chilly, don't get me wrong. It's well, this is the first 40-degree water I've seen all day. 40.05 is the water temp right now. It'll probably get a little bit warmer in a couple spots up there towards the wood wall, but we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Nate the Great having a little bit of too much fun over there in the boat. stubborn old motor. Just pull till he gets a giant blister on his finger, and then that's all she wrote. But you know, he got another hand too, and he got another dude in the boat too, so that's another 2 hands, another 2 blisters you can go. Between the both of them, might be able to spend a whole day out here. Sitting in 14 feet of water. This water level is pretty high up from the recent rains, snow, ice. The water's got to be up at least a good foot and a half. 12 to 18 inches of extra water. Definitely hadn't been fishing in almost 3 months. My shoulder is already killing me from throwing this 10-inch. But we're gonna push through the pain. See if we can't catch a donk. Stay tuned. Super windy days, you can never go wrong with the big bait. No matter the water temp, you can never go wrong with the bigger sized bait. Just know this, that you won't get many bites, but the bites that you do get will be the bites that will count. Water temp is 39.85 still. We did see a brief moment of it hitting 40 degrees. We're getting ready at the end of the stretch. We're gonna break for lunch. And then we're gonna get back at it. I know Mr. Caleb and Nate the Great gotta leave a little bit earlier than Mr. Lee and I. I don't know if Mr. Lee and I will stay till dark, but that's what I kind of planned on doing. If we do get a bite or have a chance to catch a bass today, I feel like it will be towards the end of the day, as it will be the warmest part of the day. The fish should be most active at dusk, towards dusk. So let's see what happens. Stay tuned. Here we go. We'll fish this area right quick. This is going to be the end of the run. perfect cast. It says 15 foot, that stump right there that I'm fishing. It's a massive cedar tree. Alright, you guys will catch back up. Stay tuned. Here we are, lakeside, shore lunch. We got a little lemon pepper chicken sliders, pepper jack, lettuce, and lemon pepper. We got a bag of pineapple. A lake view, and it's not raining. All right, we're back at it. We're back from lunch. We're up on the north end. We're gonna go a little bit further up, probably up to the wood wall. Maybe a couple of isolated shallow areas that normally warm up first. What we see over here in the distance is a group of cormorants, which are fish-eating birds. More than likely there's a big old bait ball or a school of bait pulled up on there. So we will check that out definitely. I'm keeping my eye on them to see if I see them jump in the water and start diving. But they're definitely there for a reason. They're not just there for giggles. They're there for a reason. And the bass should not be too far from those birds. The birds are a strong indication, especially the fish-eating birds. Stay tuned. Here we go. The wind's whipping right now. It's the warmest water temp that we've come across. It is 40.66 right now. I'm throw this giant magnum size underspin. If you hadn't seen my video yet about the modification of this to get rid of that wimpy little wire, replace it with some split rings and a part of a spinnerbait, you can definitely make it look like this and hold a blade from a spinnerbait. To replace it, you can even upsize the blade a little bit. I got an 8-inch Keitech 7.8 on there.
I don't fall in the water. Cooking. I got one.
Oh, Caleb's got one. I got 2 pounder.
You got one?
Yeah, I was like, up there.
On a jerkbait?
Dude, it was crazy. I like had it like right by the boat, and I watched it come up and grab it. Like I just pulled it out of the water. Like, there was like no splash. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it was like the craziest thing. It was like right before I pulled into the boat, I saw the mouth open up. I was like, whoa.
We didn't weigh it, but it was probably around 2.
Dang, Caleb's killing it today.
Let me pick the next fish. Live.